Okay, fire in the hole. Oh, battery switch.
Across, yeah?
Towards you on the right hand side. That's it. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Okay, I can hear the injectors clicking.
Okay. Hold on. Wrong screen. That's what I wanted to see because I didn't see any pull switch.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Don't put your foot down.
No?
So you're on flood clear.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's flooding.
Okay.
Let's see if we've got a spark. Oh, might as well take this out.
Not like you need to steer it.
Pressure on that gauge.
Just below 15 and 11.
Ah, probably helps you turn the gas on. We'll check if we got a spark anyway. I'm a professional. You ready?
Yep. That one's fired. No, you've got nothing on this one.
Huh. So the front one's firing.
Yes, that one's got spark.
Decent spark.
Yes, it's not bad.
There's a module of a Volkswagen coil, ripped off its coil and wired in direct. And now we shall see if we have sparkage. There we go. Are you ready? It's a bit blurry, isn't it? Not quite sure why that's so blurry, but any road up. You definitely have some proper. It's blasted itself off the car. Proper sparkage. Nice. Gas is on. Are you ready? What's that gas pressure showing red on the gauges?
Well, we had red eyes. 15.5 and 15.
Okay. And we've got the fuses. Let's just check we've got the fuses in the injectors. I couldn't hear any injectors clicking there. This is because I was in indecision. I couldn't decide whether to do the 7.5s or the 15s because I've blown all the 10s.
This is on the injectors?
Yeah.
What did you blow the 10s on? Oh, the...
These. Connect them the wrong way around.
I would go with 7.5 to start with.
That's what I thought.
If it goes poof, then... obviously
No. I was ready on Patrick's going to get that there.
So where's the nearest exit point?
Over there. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Trying. We need a bit more fuel.
I would try it.
So will that have been cranking up the map, or is it specific cranking feeling?
Probably one on cranking fueling.
Just get my packed lunch, so I'm going to nibble while I walk around the car. Ready?
Yep.
It needs more fuel still.
Just out of interest. Are these turned off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Okay, so a bit more fuel then. Ready?
Yeah.
Get the charger on it. I'm thinking that that's a percentage of what's on the map, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm thinking we need to pump up what's on the map.
The map needs to go up most definitely because you're now. But yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Silcho. That's weird, isn't it? That sounded less happy than before.
No, it's burning now. I can smell it.
Can you?
Yeah. Smell
the
it.
exhaust.
I can smell it. Yeah.
Maybe that's way too rich now. Smells odd.
Which indicates to me that
Out of
there's
cranking.
coming out of cranking and we still haven't got enough fuel.
Do you want to change the cranking window up to 450? You sure it was cranking at 300?
No. What it was doing is it was cranking at 100 and then when it did fire, it was going up to 300
Yeah.
and as soon as it went up to 300, this was coming off, or 350,
Yeah.
this was coming off and it was dropping from 2.6 milliseconds right down to 1.8.
Oh.
So it had started to fire
Oh, I see.
and then it was losing fuel.
Gotcha. What is it you're looking for, Graham?
Well, I just wanted to show you what I was seeing on the screen.
Oh, did you log it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't tell me that. I'm not telepathic.
Did you think I wouldn't log it?
See, this is what it is to have a proper MS Pro here with me. That's what makes the difference.
Yeah, I like that. What is it you said? I've got a megasquirt expert, and I'm like, what, Theo?
You ready?
Oh, 1 second. Okay.
Still choke. That was worse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So gas is on.
Oh, are we going for a starter?
Yeah.
Do you want this off?
No, you might as well leave it there. You always dash, if it starts up, you always dash around and take a number. Because once it's running, it's normally better. It's been broken in half before, I didn't know how to go it. I think I drove over it.
Data logging, start logging. Delete. 3. Save.
Okay, so this is with the cold fueling at 125% and our required fuel at 5. That doesn't feel right. I'm wondering if my split fire ignition timing of 47 degrees after is not working the way it's supposed to.
Let's take a look here. I mean, that was going up to like.
Warm, 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 cold, 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 cold.
So the back engine's firing.
Yep, front engine's not. Okay, ready?
Yep. Pulse width very low.
Okay, bring her up.
Oh, right. Fuel table 2, which is which one?
Back engine.
Right. I'm going to change the.
Oh, helps her turn the gas on. It still feels to me like the ignition timing is way off. a runner. Holy smokes. Spot on! First time I've tried that. So, oh, that's a bit bright, isn't it? So the adventures so far. I've been putting the fuel injection on the car, as you know. This is my last video of millions of videos I've got to try to make into a half-hour long thing, so it's not mega boring. And I'm just about at the end of rolling road work. It's got to the point where it's not gripping the rollers very well, and I'm just going to do a couple of power runs, last two, and then the rest of the mapping will be on the road, because power has got to the point where these little thin tyres aren't coping. So, what you're going to see is a couple of runs. You'll probably see it spinning on the rollers, and we'll have a look at what the power is now. Let's have a look, see what we've got, and I can finally make a video of all this fuel injection malarkey which has been going on for months, trying to get it to run, readjusting and readjusting, then having the injectors die, buying another set of injectors for the front engine, changing the scaling, understanding the independent throttle body mode in megasquirt, which is not easy to understand from the explanations I've been able to find, but I think I've got an idea of how it's functioning after a fashion, and it's driving not too badly. Throttle response is good. So enough waffling, let's get a couple of runs done. Colours are where the computer has automatically enriched it as I've done the run. Well, that was a successful experiment. I'm going to show you some graphage, if you can tolerate that. So, running through the progress. My best run with the Venturis in on the Venturi system was that one. 248 at 3.9. Then with the Venturis out, my best one was that one, I think, 329. And if we plot the torque, that's that one. And then compared with the Venturi one is like so. So you can see we lost a bucket load of torque down here from 220 to 290. But we gained a bucket load of torque up here, where this one just fell apart, and that one carried on singing like a good one, up to 370 odd, 368. Oh no, that's the pink one. Yeah, so with the Venturis in we got 368, with the Venturis out we got 361, but the whole power curve moved up the scale. So, what I did then was, we went to injection, and my best injection run with the old injectors was that one. Let's take out the pink one. There we go. So you can see we've gained a lot of torque at the top end. We're up to 419 compared to 361. And if we look at power, you can see we're up to 354 instead of 329. But this here is all wheel spin. We've basically reached the limit of what those spindly little tyres can do with a bucket load of torque and not a lot of car weight. So today we did a little bit more, just faffing around with it, nothing major. Played a little bit with ignition timing, a little bit more mapping, changed the fuel pressure, which has given me a bit more top end and hence more wheel spin, and data logged it all so I can look at my new duty cycle, because on those power runs, like this power run here, the front engine was at 158 duty cycle, which means that from 4,500 onwards it was basically wide open on the injectors. And the back engine was at 98% duty cycle, so I've raised the fuel pressure from 15 up to 21 odd. And I can now look at the data logs and see what my duty cycle is. But that was the first run. If I know what was the first run. That was the first run today. So you can see we've picked up a bit of bottom end torque. Let's go to torque. We've picked up a bit of bottom end torque, but I don't think I managed to start the run quite on full throttle. So a better comparator is this one, where you can see we've oofed up a massive load of torque. What have we got there? 270 pounds-foot at 1398 RPM compared to 74 pounds-foot. So 200 pounds-foot with a better mixture, and that's about it really, and better fuel pressure I suppose. Our peak torque is now 421, but as you can see here onwards, all this is wheel spin. And really what I would expect is that curve to sweep up over here and come back and join onto there. So, carried on doing some more runs. Next run was even better. A bit smoother, let's take the red one out. And let's just go to a normal scale. There we go. Smoothed out that gap a little bit. May have had a little bit more grip. And you can see it's coming back in down here. So now we're up to, we've got the same peak, but you can see we've gained a fair bit here. I think probably the tyres are hotter, so I've got a bit more grip, but it's still spinning. That's 408 compared to 366. So yeah, that's 42 odd better off. So then I did an experiment where I took out 3 degrees of ignition timing, which is this one. Now you can see at the bottom end we've got much the same here, but all the way up we're losing power. And how much we've lost power is an indication of how close the ignition timing was before. So for example here we haven't lost a great deal. What have we lost? Actually I'm on 0 scale, so it probably is actually a fair bit. Let's go to full scale. There we go. So here we've lost 414 pounds-foot compared to 409, so 5 pounds-foot. But here, again, wheel spin is blurring it a bit. We've got 324 pounds-foot at 47 compared to 376, so 50 pounds-foot lost just from a 3-degree ignition change. So what that tells me is I can probably put this ignition back where it was. It's probably fairly close there. Might need a little bit more in this area. Doesn't need any more here, because that's made no difference. But here I can probably put in perhaps 5 degrees more, and that'll bring this line up even further. So I can spin the bastard thing even more on the rolling road. But basically I think that's it for the rolling road, because it's just not gripping at all. And so we've gone from the best Venturi run, that one, all the way to this one, which is our best run. And that's basically what the fuel injection has brought me. It's brought me 421, 360, it's brought me 60 odd pounds for the torque, masses more torque all the way across the range right up until here, where I think we're wheel spinning and possibly meeting the restriction of the small headers and the small throttle bodies. Oops, I don't know if I'm pointing properly. And that's our power curve. So from the very first day I drove the car, which was that one, I'm now at the blue line. So I've gained everywhere. So I'm HAPPY about that. And next mapping and testing will be done on the road. Just a bucket load more torque. If I go on to 0 scaling it, we've got a nice flattish torque curve, apart from where it's wheel spinning. So that should be nice to drive. Unfortunately, I've got a fairly substantial amount of tyre rubber all over the floor. And I've also peeled off some of my gritting on the roller. So I'm going to have to re-grit those at some time. Fortunately, there aren't many cars that have wheels that thin, and I can always see it's down to the metal there. But yeah, so I'm happy with that. I can carry on mapping and data logging and refining the maps, but we're up to 420 plus pounds-foot. We're up to 300 and... what was the power on that one? 348 that was. So the 354 I had before, but yeah, we're in the 350s range with wheel spin. So I think for a car that weighs under a ton, that should be sufficient to get me to the shops. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.